everybody, what's up? This is Joe from Yacht Water. Today I'm standing on a beautiful Westport 130 yacht that's getting ready to head north for the summer season. The engineer's really got his hands full. He's working on a lot of things. So he called us in and said, hey guys, can you help us out with the Headhunter waste treatment system? We said no problem. So we're here on board. We service it today. It's working great. And I just want to run you guys through a couple of the main things that we look at in an annual service. So let's take a look at it. Alright, so here's the Headhunter HMX here in the corner. Here's the touchscreen control panel that controls the unit. So as far as maintenance goes, every 3 months here we recommend that you replace, there's a tube inside here. This is the bleach pump. We call it the chem pump. It injects bleach into the system. It's got a wearable tube. Every 3 months needs to be replaced. Even if you're not using the system much, it still has to be replaced. When it has bleach sitting in it, it really does a number on that tube. And so that's why every 3 months you have to replace it. If you look here on the side of the machine, we've got 3 solenoid valves in there. Those are your seawater pressure solenoid valves. So those have 60 psi of salt water behind them, and that salt water also starts to corrode the spring inside of them and the little valve core inside of them. So every year we recommend that you replace the coil and that you replace the diaphragm inside of there. So both pretty easy things to do. The solenoid actually just unscrews off by hand, and then there are 6 screws there. 6 screws come out and you can replace the diaphragm, so really easy. Also on the seawater pressure side of things is right here, this is what we call the snubber. It's a water hammer arrestor. It's got a little air nipple in here, and you want to just make sure that it has a good air precharge of 40 to 50 psi. So check that every time you do your 3-month replacement on your chlorine tube. It's a good interval. Alright, so if we take a look down here under the floor, you can see this is our saltwater pressure pump. And on the saltwater pressure pump we have a pressure check valve. That check valve, recommended replacement every year. So every year replace that check valve. This system holds 60 psi on it, and if that check valve has any tiny leaks backwards through it and you start losing pressure on the system manifold, you'll start getting weird alarms that will make the system unreliable. So every year replace that. On the front of the pump here we have a seawater strainer. That's just kind of as needed. I would every week, at least every week, get down here and look at that strainer. Make sure it's not starting to get blocked up. If it's got shells or seagrass in it, just clean it up. That's as needed. Alright, let's go back here to the system. Underneath here we have our macerator pump. This particular pump we just replaced the motor on. The motor was about 10 years old. It was basically at the end of its life. It was starting to make some bad noises. So the engineer wanted us to just replace it. He needs a reliable system. He can't be worrying about these things when he has guests on board. So we replaced that motor, and we also put a new seal in the pump head. Every couple of years these seals start to leak. They really take a number. It's really harsh conditions here in the system. The salt water, the sewage, all the turbulence inside, it can make the seals leak after a while. So probably about every 2 years we want to replace that. Those are the main items, and if you keep up on those several items there, the system's going to work really reliably for you. Alright, so if you guys have any questions, let me know.